Hello, Bame Farm fans. We had soybeans roasted, and well, I guess we'll get them out of the grain truck now. Had plenty of time to cool. Plenty of time. It's been a few weeks since they were roasted. As you can see, I've been working out of the back of the truck, but I'd like to have some room back in the barn, just because, so we can put some other stuff in. And get good use out of it. Oh yeah, there's the TW. It's a work in progress. It's a part. We're waiting on a couple more small parts, I think. And we'll see that very soon. We're gonna be going back here in this gravity box with the beans. There's the direct cut hiding. I've used this little auger before. We get there. I mean, I guess 4 inches does the job. It's slow, but I got something else up my sleeve I'm gonna try. This is a cheap gravity box picked up a long time ago, and it's great. We got it sitting up high enough to get a wheelbarrow underneath to get beans to take up to the grinder when we're mixing feed. There's just a wee bit of size difference, and the nice part about the larger auger is I can position it over the gravity box, and I've done it from the outside before, having it out over the hill and shooting back in, but then I needed a truck to get the grain, or I needed a tractor to get the grain truck pulled out, because well, hey, it's Ohio, it's spring, everything's mud. Nah, we weren't sinking, just the top was slick enough, so I couldn't get out. That's why we're doing it in here. I think this is close to a 60-foot auger, at least 50. Trust me, I'd like to have like a 30-footer or like a transfer truck auger, but the dumb thing is, those sell for 3 to 4 times at least what I paid for this. Does the same job, and if anything, isn't length better, right? Huh? Probably asking the wrong crowd. So let's get the truck, back it in here, and get to that lovely auger action. Well, it's not less messy. It's not perfect. Some of it's the low angle, and also because I did not take the hitch off the bottom. It's a good thing I sort of cleaned up the barn floor. You can't tell much, but it's a lot better than it was. You can actually tell there's some concrete in places. I got most of the schmutz. There's still a little bit of dust, but it's a whole lot better than it was. I figured I wouldn't bore you guys with the cleaning and maneuvering and stuff, like putting the direct cut back in and the chopper and stuff. Okay, we got it all crammed back in the corner. Let's see how the flow's going in here. Well, I am slightly off where I wanted to be. We're shooting it way over here. Hoping to be more that way and forward, but that's what they make shovels for. I'm sure I'll have it piling up in here pretty good. I like the roasted beans. I don't know if it's the oil in them that gives the animals a little more energy, especially good for winter. They need that energy just for heat themselves. Mainly the chickens. The cows, their fermentation vats inside their stomach, they just need to eat grass and keep themselves warm. Chickens can't quite do that. They're a bit smaller. So they just need straight calories. And what better way than oil? Corn provides a lot of starch also. Now, I didn't get video roasting this year, so I'll have to put a link right here to see that. Not a whole lot changes, still the same mobile setup. Have one wagon dumping in and another one catching it at the end. I shut the truck off. The price of gas is too high, and I think I haven't tipped far enough to get us back in. Probably, we are getting to a challenging part of this operation, for which the wagon is getting very full, and I become very unsure whether or not this will all fit. So we get to enjoy watching me work here. We have an interesting predicament on our hands. And we can also see why it'd be a pain to use the smaller auger, because I wouldn't be able to pile it so well like I did. It'd be a lot of shoveling. We got a good pile. Yeah, I wish this box had extensions. It is a very wide box. It's a 350 kilobros. So the extensions would hold quite a bit of grain. I feel like they put 350 to make you think it's 350 bushel, but with extensions, it's probably only like 2.5. That's not gonna fit. Oh boy. I think there's 50 bushel or less on here. Here comes the creativity. We should never underestimate the power of an IBC tote. It's great. They can hold anything and everything, especially if you cut their tops off. And the truck is high enough or the tote's short enough, and I can tip the bed a little bit. And with a bunch more sweat work, they'll be off the truck. Take skid steer and we'll put them back in. It's really hard to walk on a sloped floor of beans, you know that? It's like in those old cartoons with the marbles on the ground and the bad guys are stumbling around. And here comes the fun part of figuring out how to get this out of here. It's not bad. Once we got it in the first time, we're fine. Now the camera can't zoom in as well as, say, I can with my eyes to see down there, like what we're gonna hit with the very end. Like I shouldn't have left the TC part so close right here. I should have hit it outside the barn door. But we've got enough room. It's nice working in here in the concrete because I can roll the auger by hand. That's what I love about these old augers. If you're feeling really strong, usually by yourself or with a friend, you can get them. Okay, now I gotta watch how far up the barn door we go, because if I set it down, we'll hit. Okay, far enough out, let's get the tractor, be the easy work. So the beans, you saw them, they're in somewhere. That's not the truck. And we'll catch you guys later with more fun farming action.